The goal today is to escape early game. We have 4 trainer battles in the gym before we get to Wattson himself. To summarize, Wattson splits like this dense slog of battles. You start with the 6 trainer gauntlet on 109, you do the ice tunnel, we did Route 117, and now we're at Mauville Gym. This whole split really functions as like a really common choke point early on in a game that tests your knowledge and your prep, and it's usually a spot that's pretty easy for players to wipe or reset before a run really gets off the ground. And I think that concept is really highlighted by the 2 boss fights in the split in Glacia and Wattson. I would say that Glacia is an execution check. It really tests if you can navigate this team that's bolstered by weather. You know, it's got permanent hail, and it's built around a Snowcloak Articuno with Aurora Veil and hazards. It's not really a fight that you can just power through. Like, you need specific tools and planning to solve the problems in the fight. On the other hand, Wattson is more of like a team building check. You can't just depend on your ground types to carry you. He's got electric coverage and ice type coverage, so it really is a fight that demands you to structure it in a way that you make like really smart pivots and exploit the targeting of the AI. This split as a whole is where Null really demands like smart preparation. You're often in a situation where you have to spend your limited TMs or heart scales to find like the riskless line, and if you just try to dodge a crit and it goes wrong, or you make a misplay anywhere in this split, it can easily snowball into resetting by the time you're at the gym or at Wattson. So yeah, I think it's a really well-made part of the game. This is kind of where you get filtered out. You know, are you ready? Are you prepared for what Null is going to throw at you? Because everything after this is just more of the same, but harder. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Defeat Wattson, claim our 3rd badge, and escape the early game. Okay. First fight in Wattson Gym. This fight isn't too bad. I would say the primary threat here that can potentially snowball is the Octillery. The Octillery has Moody, which is an ability that randomly grants it +2 of a stat. So it raises twice, and then another stat goes down twice. So if you take too long to KO this thing, which it lends itself to with like Thunder Wave and Protect, it can stack up boosts and wipe you. So you really just want something that can wall it. It also has Octazooka, which can drop your accuracy. So you can just be in this situation where none of your moves are connecting. You're paralyzed, he's protecting, he's piling up boosts, and you just lose. The Iron Hands looks terrifying when you're calking because Stab, Thunder Punch, and Focus Punch just do a bajillion damage from this guy. And then there's a Rotom in the back that has Ominous Wind with a chance to Omni Boost, Charge Beam with a chance to raise special attack, and Stored Power. Thankfully for us, I think this fight will be relatively free. Okay, so Vivian leads with this Electivire, its Clear Amulet, and Vital Spirit. You can't lower its stats or put it to sleep. It also has Magnet Rise, so you can't really 1v1 with a ground type. So I'm not going to Fake Out, I'm just going to press Foul Play. And we'll take a Wild Charge or a Brick Break, and Crit never kills us. And we'll just take our kill here. They should always bait slow kill from Octillery. Octillery only sees a kill with Octazooka. Okay, we're gonna switch Arboliva on Octazooka. Crit's okay. Attack raise is really good. Spit F drop is unfortunate. We would have liked that to drop. And I actually kind of made a misplay here because I could have used Parting Shot to get out and soak the White Herb on semi-useless stats, but it's totally fine. So he's just +2 attack here. He can either press Octazooka again, Protect, or Thunder Wave. We didn't get accuracy dropped on the switch, so I can absorb one time and get some free chip. I'll also move before him. Nice. Defense raised, attack fell. Perfect. So I'm just going to keep pressing absorb until my accuracy gets dropped here. Nice. Okay, Octillery's down. We're full HP. This will always bait a fast kill from Iron Hands. Iron Hands always sees a kill with Focus Punch. We can exploit this because he's basically just going to try to focus up. And we're going to break his focus with our strongest move, which is Energy Ball. So he should focus up, and we're just going to attack with Energy Ball. So he sees his kill, he's trying to take it, and Energy Ball will break his focus. And we're just going to do that 3 times. Perfect. And the last Mon in the back is Rotom, who sees highest damage move as Signal Beam. We can go Skuntank on Signal Beam, and we always live double crit. And I'm Personberry, so I can't get confused. And we're just going to chip him with Sucker Punch. Nice, no confusion. So I can just pretty much win here. I'm just going to press Sucker Punch. All he has is attacking moves. So we take another Signal Beam. Sucker Punch is priority. And because he's always going to attack, we always move first with Sucker Punch and KO. Easy. Okay. The second fight in Wattson Gym is Bug Maniac Angelo. Little bit of a cheesy fight. There's some 2 central mechanics basically going on. First of all, there's an electrode with Choice Band Explosion. You basically are faced with this box crushing explosion. I don't think more than like 3 Mons in my box live a non-crit. First turn, guaranteed explosion. And in the back, there's also this Golem Alola. It's galvanized, so all normal type moves become electric type moves. And these guys can just blow up and do a bajillion damage. At some point, you're going to block these attacks and bait in one of the other 2 Mons that have some like decent attacking moves, but they are armed with the move Revival Blessing, which we saw on Brawly. It basically revives the first Mon, the closest Mon to the first in the party. So the electrode blows up, you get these guys in. If they're not seeing a KO, they have about a 50% chance to just press Revival Blessing, and then they bring back the Electrode or the Golem. So they also have a Lepaberry, so they can do it 2 times. So you basically need to get rid of these guys quickly so they can't Revival Blessing twice each, or you're going to be sending your Mons at multiple explosions, and at some point you're going to end up either dodging crit or straight up sacrificing a Mon. Alright, so this Electrode is just Choice Band with Explosion. So we can just have it die right away by pressing Protect. Goodbye, Electrode. Vespiquen is slow enough to always bait in Golem for a fast kill. The downside to this is that it sees KO with all 3 of its moves. So it can't just explode here. It also sees Double Edge and Head Smash kills. Thankfully, Whiscash is immune to 2 of those because he's galvanized and it makes Double Edge and Explosion electric type. And he is perfectly fine to take a Head Smash. So we're just going to go into Whiscash here. There's Head Smash. We are faster and always one-shot this Golem with Mud Bomb. Golem is incentivized to press Endure here because it's holding a Custat Berry. So he can press Endure, live any hit, go down to 1 HP, and then eat his Custat Berry so he gets +1 priority on the next turn. One of 2 things can happen here. We can either take a fast kill or bring Golem down to 1 HP. So we are just going to press Mud Bomb on Endure. There's the Endure. Perfect. Now the problem here is that he's guaranteed to be faster than us on this turn. On the Head Smash, we are just going to swap into our own Golem, who takes that fine. There's the Custap Berry proc. He missed. That's the power of the Mud Bomb right there that lowered his accuracy. So, although I'm slower here, I guess he could try to Endure. I don't think he will, because he no longer has the incentive with the Custap Berry. We're just going to press Sucker Punch and KO this guy. Goodbye. This will always bait Rabska, who always sees a fast kill on Golem with Energy Ball. So this means it can't press Revival Blessing on this turn. So we can just swap into Delphox. So I'm faster, and I'm just going to Blast Burn it, so that we always bait Palmot after. So Palmot comes in, and he has a 50-50 to press Revival Blessing here. Thankfully, he didn't, which is amazing, and we just win. We are faster and always one-shot. Bro, my game's frozen. My game's frozen again. Why does this keep happening? Please. Why? Oh my god. What is happening to my screen, bro? The game duplicated itself. It actually just folded at the utter of Youngster Ben. Okay. Honestly, I think Youngster Ben is the hardest fight in this gym. This fight is treacherous. Ben is equipped with multiple super soldiers. He leads with a Galvantula that is Focus Sash, has pretty good speed, it's timid, max speed. It wants to set Sticky Webs. Sticky Webs is a hazard on your side of the field that makes every grounded Mon go -1 speed. Once the webs go up, it becomes very difficult to outspeed a lot of his threats. The Rotom is a notoriously demon Mon in Null. This guy has been balanced, I think, at least 2 or 3 times. It's Ice Electric with Stab Blizzard and Stab Zap Cannon. Arguably the scariest part about it is that it's holding Blunder Policy. Blunder Policy activates when one of your moves misses. You're often going to have a Mon, like Delphox, that can survive any hit on Rotom and just fast kill with Flamethrower. But if you switch in and the Blizzard misses, he's suddenly faster than you. This Kilowattrel is max speed as well. You know, if you have a guy that's either immune to Thunderbolt or walls the Thunderbolt, it's probably pressing Air Slash, which has a 30% chance to flinch. And it can just become very hard to safely take this guy out without risking flinches or whatnot. This is a good example of a fight that really doesn't want you to bring ground types. There's a Levitate Mon, there's an Earth Eater Mon that heals on ground type moves, there's a Flying Electric type, and then there's a Levitate Electric type. It's very hard to juggle all of the different threats with one team. You know, are you negating webs or not? Do you have a plan for Blunder Policy? Do you have a plan for Freeze and Paralysis? Do you have a plan for Shed Tail? Do you have a plan for Spikes? Do you have a plan to not just get Air Slash by this guy? Do you have a Mon that walls this hard enough to deal with setup? There are so many threats here. So we're going to see what we can do against this guy. So we are going to spend our 4th heart scale of the run to give us a better way to deal with the Rotom in this fight. We are going to scale Flip Turn on Lantern. Demon Child. This Galvantula is going to press Sticky Web. Oftentimes you can use like a Rapid Spinner to become faster, break the sash, get the webs away, and just take a KO. We have no Rapid Spinners in our box, so our solution is going to be just killing it for free with Delphox. It should just press Sticky Web, we break the sash, and then we fast KO it. Hangs on, totally fine. Webs go up. And now we just take our fast kill. I show fast kill to 2 guys in the back, and I outdamage the others. So this should always be kill a Wattrel who's faster than me. Yep, perfect. So we're going to switch on a 15 out of 16 into Golem. So 15 out of 16 times I come in here for free. Honestly, it's not too bad if I take the Air Slash. There's Thunderbolt. Okay. Because we're full health, and this sees a 4-hit kill, there is a good chance that Kill a Wattrel can U-turn here. It should always U-turn into the first guy that has a fast kill, which is Rotom Frost. So the way we want to approach this 1v1 is by spamming Sucker Punch. Basically, 3 Sucker Punches will 99% of the time kill this guy. However, I'm going to take one risk here, which is that if it chooses to press U-turn and switches into Rotom, we get free Rock Slide chip. If it Air Slashes me and I flinch, it'll never U-turn again, because now he sees that he kills me in 3 or less hits. So now I'm just going to press Rock Slide. If it's Air Slash, we hope we don't flinch, and we chip this guy. If it U-turns, we get really good chip on the Rotom, and it opens up a lot of the fight. Okay, Air Slash. That's fine. There's the flinch. That's kind of fine. Sort of worst case scenario. But now, we're just going to try to 1v1 as best as possible. So I'm just going to spam Sucker Punch. Crit is so massive to make up for that Air Slash. Now I get my Citrus. I'm using Sucker Punch because I'll always move before the Kill a Wattrel, and I don't have to play around flinch. Okay, there's the random Tailwind. Totally fine. We don't really need speed control in this fight to win at all. We're already -1 speed, so kind of useless. Sucker Punch again. Nice. It's good that he lived there and just soaked the turn anyways. Yep, so I always lived a crit there. I am pretty low, but we always kill with priority. Awesome. This should always bait Rotom because it sees the fast kill. And we're immune to both of its electric moves, so this is always Blizzard. We're going to go Mantine on Blizzard and always bait an electric move, even if Blizzard crits. So I go Mantine on Blizzard here. It missed. There goes the Blunder Policy. Also totally fine. So this guy always sees fast kill with Zap Cannon or Volt Switch. So this is always an electric move. We get a free switch into Volt Absorb Lantern. So this should always Blizzard me or Will-O-Wisp me. I have Aspire Berry if we're frozen, and we're going to slow flip turn out. Wow, he is not connecting today. This allows me to bring Delphox in for free. Delphox is obviously slower, but it always lives highest damage Zap Cannon crit. So we are going to live that in one shot with Flamethrower. And I'm Cherry Berry if I get paralyzed. So I just Flamethrower here. There's the Zap Cannon, no crit is good. And there's my Berry, so we're never paralyzed, and take this guy out. Alright, Eel comes in. Eel always sees a slow kill, only with Aqua Tail here. We're just gonna go into Dipplin and absolutely body bag this guy. I'll take the Aqua Tail. Drop his evasion. Doesn't really matter. But I wall this guy into next week, so it should try to set up with Coil. We're going to take that turn to press Infestation and basically negate his leftovers. Infestation does like 1/8 of his max HP every turn, and he heals a 16th. So now we're basically doing a 16th of his HP as damage every turn. Yep, so there's the Coil. We take no damage here. We're Eviolite, We got Infestation rolling, and we're just gonna press Giga Drain. Okay. Huge chip on the Infestation. So I think he can press it again here. Totally fine. Giga Drain's gonna keep me healthy. It's not gonna get weakened by a defense raise or anything. We're negating the leftovers with Infestation, and I think 2 more should just KO. So I think he will attack here, because I now have a 2-shot. So we take the first body press. So even though he's +2 defense, Eviolite Diplin is just that Mon. It's just that Mon. We're just going to take another body press and bait in the Earthworm. So I just Giga Drain and you're gone. Even crit me. Okay, and then Earthworm comes in. I can technically die to Heavy Slam here. And we can basically win with Mantine. Let's give him some love. I could try to go Delphox, but let's just give Mantine some love, right? This is last Mon, so it can never shed tail out. My goat, Mantine. Named after a goat. Yeah, so I just press Brine 3 or 4 times here, and we win. I take 9% from Heavy Slam. Citrus is fine. I just press this a few more times. We're basically never losing this matchup. And Ben is slayed, bro. That was so easy. None of the fiction happened. No fiction happened. That was free. And now I'm down a scale. Now I'm down a scale. But we have peace of mind, you know? And that's what matters. Okay. Last trainer fight before Wattson is a double battle. Guitarist Shawn and Guitarist Kirk. This fight, the main mechanic going on is that Mons on the right side have the minus ability, and Mons on the left side have the plus ability. And when both of those are active, basically when a Mon with plus and minus are out, they get a really strong special attack boost. The strategy is basically to bait these guys on the leads to see fast kills. They have really strong moves, and they have plus and minus boost. So things like Mine in Thunder, or Grass Knot, T-Bolt, these are in Ice Beam, are very often seeing kills into Mons. It's very easy, if you route this poorly, to end up in a situation where Mons are getting plus and minus boost, electric terrain boost, throat spray boost, and everything is just getting one. That shouldn't be a problem for us because it's pretty easy to bait KOs from the Mons on pretty much all of the turns into one slot, which allows our other slot to just take out the problematic Pokemon while we pivot around. But these guys lead with Bustle and Minun. They have their signature plus and minus abilities, so they automatically have a special attack boost. They both see KOs into only Mantine with Thunderbolt and Thunder. Our goal here is to use Delphox to just chip down one of the sides and create a 2v1 as quickly as possible. We're just going to Flamethrower Minun and switch on double electric move into Golem. Let me check something here. He always saw kill with Thunderbolts and opted to fake out over fast kill. I threatened the fast kill. That's understandable. Had higher priority, basically desperation AI to press a priority move over taking its fast kill. I think we have enough juice here to not be too worried about that. Okay, so we're taking a minor risk here, switching Mantine in on double Grass Knot. No crit. We're fine. We're fine. He doesn't need to attack, so freeze is more than okay here. Now I always have a fast kill into the Minun, and it has no priority. So we're just going to Flamethrower and stick to the plan, and switch on Thunderbolt back into Golem. Nice. Now Toxtricity comes out. We're not really worried about anything that it can do. It has no priority moves, and we fast kill it with Psychic. So it should just be another Grass Knot into Golem, and we can switch into Tinkaton, and then we create a 2v1. Grass Knot does nothing, and now we have a 2v1. We're in a very flexible position now. Basically, we win. We've won. Easy. It's time for Wattson. He leads with the Tapu Koko and the Sceptile. The Tapu Koko sets electric terrain and basically keeps it up for the whole fight. It has some pretty annoying moves. It has Dazzling Gleam, which is a spread fairy type attack, Discharge. If you're not baiting kills with those moves, you can also press Grass Knot, which kind of threatens a lot of your ground types. The Sceptile is absolutely a demon. You cannot keep this thing up. It's Lightning Rod. So every attack, electric attack that goes off gives it a special attack boost. It's Mega Evolves. It's max special attack. It's got Energy Ball, Dragon Pulse. So a lot of strategies revolve around killing it turn 1. The Emolga is actually really annoying if you get it out at the wrong time, because it can press Follow Me, which basically will force targeting into Emolga. I think one of the big strategies of this fight is basically like trying to get this guy out as late as possible. Arctozolt is a good example of the stab ice coverage in this fight. Loaded Dice, Icicle Spear will pretty much kill every ground type. It's got Low Kick for other ice types that you might send in to wall it, and it also can just press Discharge, which is scary. Iron Thorns is pretty bulky with Assault Vest. It's got Wild Charge, got Ice Punch, it's got the coverage, and then there's Manectric. This Manectric is really fast, it's timid, it's Focus Sash, it's also Lightning Rod, so it's very easy for it to get special attack boosted, and you can't kill it in one hit. And it also has the ice coverage with HP Ice, it's got Flamethrower for other ice types, so I think this is a fantastic fight. Like, there is so much coverage going on everywhere, and it's really your job as the player to understand what mons you're baiting in, what slots do they see their KOs in, and making smart pivots around those moves, and trying to weave around all of that and chip down his team. So that's what we are going to do. Let's get out of early game. Here we go. Okay, so turn 1, electric terrain goes up. Base form Sceptile and Tapu Koko see KOs into Seismitoad with Grass Knot and Energy Ball. We're just gonna protect and Icicle Crash, KO Sceptile. I will always bait off of Beartick's slot, which is very important. The Mega Evolves, we protect, take both moves, and we kill. What's important about Beartick baiting is that we always get a fast KO only with Bolt Beak from Arctozolt. Perfect, I was so worried about this. Okay, so now we're baiting 2 KOs into 2 different slots, which usually isn't that ideal and doesn't give you a lot of tempo, but it should only be Grass Knot into Seismitoad, and it should only be Bolt Beak into Chudchu here. So we are going to swap on Grass Knot into Xatu, and we are going to swap on Bolt Beak into Wattson here. There's the Grass Knot, and there's the Bolt Beak. Very, very good. Now I need to get this Arctozolt off the field because it has a slow KO on... So Xatu is baiting kills from both. Basically, Arctozolt could attack into either slot here, and Tapu Koko is guaranteed to discharge. It's the only kill it sees onto Xatu. Wattson is immune to that, and we're going to KO the Arctozolt with high horsepower before it gets to press a move. So we're just going to go back into Seismitoad on discharge, get double immunity from the discharge, and take our fast KO. this. Level up is fine. The next level up is a little sketchy. Okay, now this turn, this is the one variation that can happen in this fight. Manectric sees no kills. So Manectric can press highest damage move into either slot, which is always hidden power ice. What we're gonna do is protect on Toad. We have the Tapu never sees a KO into Diggersby here, so it'll always Grass Knot into the Toad. So we just protect. And then it's 50-50 for hidden power ice to also go into the Toad. Because Toad's protecting, and these guys are not doing anything to really hurt Wattits, we're gonna bulldoze both slots. We also hit our ally, but we're protected here. So I'm just gonna press bulldoze. The second variation in this fight is that Soft Sand Bulldoze has rolls of crit to kill Tapu Koko. But that shouldn't be a problem. We've accounted for both of these scenarios. So I'm just gonna press bulldoze, drop both of their speeds, and protect on Toad here. There's the Grass Knot. Okay, perfect. That's really good. So no damage goes out. No crit goes out. Also very good. It's the same random targeting from Manectric. It can go into either slot. And it's always Grass Knot on Toad. So on the guaranteed Grass Knot, we go Delphox. We can switch Nidoking in on Hidden Power Ice. We always live crit, and there's no priority moves, so we can just deal with everything after that. So we will take a Hidden Power Ice, never die to crit, and set up for a double kill next turn. That's fine. That's fine. We didn't get crit. It wouldn't have killed us. Now, we take both of our separate fast kills. So I can just always Flamethrower KO the Tapu and Stomping Tantrum KO Manectric here. Nice. 2 Mons left. The Iron Thorns and the Emolga. What's very important here is that Delphox is the fastest thing on the field. So I show a fast kill into Iron Thorns with Stomping Tantrum on Nidoking, which means that the Emolga has an incentive to press Follow Me and basically prevent any attacks from going off. Thankfully, Blast Burn with not even with Wise Lasses, just is a one-shot into Emolga. So we're the fastest thing out. We just one-shot with Blast Burn, and then we take our fast kill with Stomping Tantrum right after. Boom. Boom. Let's go. Freest Wattson Up ever cooked. Let's fucking go. That's my first Deathless Wattson split. Look how little damage I took. That was free as fuck. Early game over. Noob split over. Now the game begins. The gates are open.